Did the FIA just save the new era of Formula One from a total technical disaster? On Monday afternoon, every single team and manufacturer sat down for a crunch meeting that has changed the face of the 2026 season. We are talking about a total refinement of the hybrid system to stop the cars from feeling like Formula E and get them back to being pure racing machines. From the streets of Miami, everything changes. The biggest complaint about the 2026 regulations so far has been the weird anti-racing behavior during qualifying. Drivers were spending half the lap charging their batteries like they were driving a Prius rather than a spaceship. But that ends now. The FIA and the teams have unanimously agreed to reduce the recharge limit in qualifying from 8 megajoules to 7 megajoules for every single lap. Now, that might sound like we are taking power away, but it is actually a genius move for the spectacle. By lowering the ceiling of how much energy you can harvest, the teams no longer have to resort to those bizarre, slow-motion harvesting tactics that were ruining the flow of a hot lap. Essentially, this forces the cars to be more efficient with what they have. Instead of a lap filled with awkward lifts and coasts to hit a massive 8 megajoules target, the 7 megajoule limit ensures that more of the lap is run totally flat out. It brings back the raw aggression we expect from a Saturday afternoon. But the real game changer here is the Superclipping upgrade. The allowance for Superclipping is being boosted from 250 kilowatts to a massive 350 kilowatts in both qualifying and the races. This means when the car is recharging at full throttle, it is doing it way more aggressively and for a much shorter duration. We are looking at a target superclip time of only 2 to 4 seconds per lap. This massively reduces the workload for the drivers. Instead of staring at energy bars and managing complex algorithms, they can actually focus on hitting their apexes. It makes the power delivery feel more natural and less like the car is constantly fighting against the driver's input. We are also seeing the number of events with alternative lower energy limits increased from 8 to 12 races, meaning the FIA can now tailor these power rules to specific tracks like Monza or Monaco much more effectively. Safety has been the elephant in the room for 2026, especially after we saw those terrifying closing speed differentials in the early races. When one car is in a harvest mode and the other is on a full boost, the speed gap is enough to cause a massive accident. To fix this, the FIA has introduced a boost cap of an extra 150 kilowatts above the car's current power level. This prevents that sudden, violent jolt of acceleration that was catching following drivers off guard. By capping the boost, the FIA is smoothing out the performance curve so that overtaking remains possible without being inherently dangerous. But the most technical part of this safety update is how the MGU-K deployment is being split across the lap. From now on, the full 350 kilowatts of electrical punch is only available in key acceleration zones. Think corner exits and the main overtaking straights where you actually need the power to make a move. However, in the other parts of the lap, the sections where you are just maintaining speed, the power will be limited to 250 kilowatts. This is a direct response to the safety concerns raised by the drivers. It ensures that if a car is not in a designated attacking zone, its top speed is more predictable for the cars behind it. It effectively kills off those massive closing speeds in unexpected areas of the track, where a driver might not be looking in their mirrors for a rocket ship flying past them. These measures are designed to maintain the performance characteristics of the 2026 cars, while ensuring that we do not have a repeat of the high-speed near misses we saw at the start of the season. It is a delicate balance of keeping the cars fast, but making sure the speed is deployed in a way that makes sense to the human brain, not just the computer sensors. Race starts in 2026 have been a bit of a lottery, and not the good kind. We have seen cars nearly standing still while the rest of the pack flies toward them at 100 kilometers per hour. To stop a potential catastrophe on the grid, the FIA is introducing a low-power start detection system. This is a brilliant piece of software that can identify almost instantly if a car has abnormally low acceleration right after the clutch is released. If the system detects that a car is struggling to get away, it will trigger an automatic MGU-K deployment. This gives the car an immediate electrical kick to ensure it hits a minimum level of safety speed, preventing it from being a stationary target in the middle of the track. The best part, this does not give the driver a sporting advantage. It is purely a safety mechanism to get the car moving at a reasonable pace so it can merge into the pack without causing a pileup. To help the other drivers, a new visual warning system is being implemented. If a car is identified as having a low-power start, its rear and lateral lights will start flashing violently to alert the drivers behind that there is a slow-moving obstacle ahead. This is a massive win for driver safety and reaction times. They are even testing this in Miami before it becomes a permanent fixture of the technical regs. On top of that, they have fixed a weird glitch where the energy counter would get confused at the start of the formation lap. Now, there is a mandatory energy reset right when the formation lap begins, ensuring every car starts the race on a totally level playing field with a synchronized electrical system. No more phantom energy deficits or system inconsistencies when the lights go out. It is all about making the most dangerous part of the race, the first 5 seconds, as predictable and safe as possible for everyone on the grid. Finally, we have to talk about the changes for when the heavens open. Racing in the wet with the 2026 power levels has been described by some drivers as like driving on ice with a rocket strapped to your back. To fix this, the FIA is increasing tyre blanket temperatures for the intermediate tyres. This comes directly from driver feedback. They needed more initial grip the second they left the pits in damp conditions. By getting the inters up to a higher operating temp before they even touch the track, the cars will be much more stable on those tricky outlaps. They are also reducing maximum ERS deployment in wet conditions. This limits the raw torque hitting the rear wheels, which helps prevent those snap oversteer moments that were making the cars nearly impossible to drive in low grip scenarios. The rear lights have also been simplified. In the spray of a wet race, visibility is everything, and the new consistent visual cues will help following drivers judge distances much better than the old, flickering setups. What is truly impressive about this entire meeting is that the changes were unanimously agreed. Every team, every power unit manufacturer, and the series bosses all saw that the 2026 regs needed these refinements. FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem has been very clear that sporting fairness and safety were the priorities here, and it seems like the drivers were finally put at the heart of the discussion. This was a collaborative effort to ensure that the unexpected gaps in the calendar were used to actually improve the sport. We are heading into the Miami Grand Prix with a refined, safer, and hopefully more exciting version of the 2026 formula. It is a rare moment of total unity in the paddock, and it shows just how much everyone wants this new era of F1 to succeed, despite the early growing pains. The Miami Grand Prix is about to become the ultimate laboratory for the future of Formula One. With the new 7 megajoules qualifying limit and the MGU-K rescue systems at the start, we are looking at a much more polished version of the 2026 dream. The FIA has listened to the drivers, the teams have put aside their politics, and the result is a rule set that focuses on racing rather than recharging. But do you think these changes are enough to fix the closing speed problem? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more 2026 tech breakdowns. See you in Miami.